Hi, it's John from Crescent. Let's take a look through CMI Unit 331. Okay, so I've got the assignment brief on the left-hand side of my screen, and for Crescent learners anyway, the template that we've produced that we provide for our learners just to help you along a little bit. Really interesting unit. Entitled Approaches to Managing and Leading People and Teams. So let's get straight into it. On the front of the brief, you'll find a link to the library website, Management Direct. If you click on that link, it will take you through to the learning journey that we've created for this. There are some interesting things on here. Some of it's more directly relevant than others, but well worth having a look through some learning resources. Quite a few of the checklists, and then some other readings, some videos as well. So that's that. Jumping back to here then, if you scroll down, you'll see the overview of this unit. So it says 2.5 to 3,000 words, but it's 3,000 words really, plus or minus 10%. So I'm going to do a video and take a look through each assessment criteria one by one. But this is just a quick orientation of the assignment brief in this video. So word counts. So you've got task 1 A and B, 2 and 3 A and B. And the word counts for all three, so 1,000 words. So there'll be 333 words each. And so on. And then you've got the questions under their own task headings. We've copied all of this across to the assignment brief. So for example, if we take a look here, then everything in the brief that's in black, you can just leave it as it is. And then anything that we've put in the kind of pink color is just guidance really. So we've put a table in that you can leave in for help and some ideas on subheadings and so on. And we use this as the basis of our tutorials, but you can use it from a self-study point of view as well. So these videos are just to remind you of that sort of stuff. Yeah, cool. So yeah, I think what's key that's different between the two documents, obviously you put your answers in the right-hand one. This left-hand one is the questions plus the CMI syllabus content indicative or recommended content, and it tells you the answers. So this question says outline the relationship between management and leadership. It tells you what management is, it tells you what leadership is, and it'd be great just to sort of pull some examples out between the two. We're going to do a separate video on that one, but just wanted to highlight that there's additional content that you'll find really important to know that it's there. It's actually not in the original briefs. We copy it across so that you've got it there. Other CMI centres don't do that. Not sure why. So there you go, task 1B, summarise 3 different management leadership approaches. There's a very particular handout that we'll provide for you to answer this question. And obviously you can pick up a tutorial with us as well if you want to do that. And a lot of people do. A lot of people start with this unit. So yeah, again, just highlighting that there's this additional content, and the same for this one. And sometimes, in my opinion, they provide too much, or it's stuff that sort of needs unpacking a little bit, and that's literally our job. So do get in touch. So it's just a bit of an orientation of the brief, and then you've got the command verb definitions. Again, I'm not sure if they're included. We tend to make sure that we've copied across the specific ones you need for each unit, and then the criteria in terms of what is good and what needs work. So pass or refer criteria. Again, we'll have a look for you and give you lots of guidance before, during, and at the end before we submit for marking. So if you're one of our learners, you won't go too far wrong. Send us your current draft and we will take a look and give you some guidance, or pick up a call, or we'll do a screen recording like this and send it to you. So lots of ideas there. Lots of ways that you can feel confident and supported to achieve this unit. So there you go. And then in the brief, you've got just by way of orientation, title page. You'll need to update the qualification title. You're probably doing a certificate or a diploma, but it's worth just checking. Update your name and your P number. Table of contents, you can do that last. We encourage you to just write a little bit about yourself so we can understand your situation, or other assessors or moderators can do that. Task headings, subheadings, I've shown you. Space for you to write your answers. Where there is a suitable structure or a kind of useful structure, then we've provided that. But most of the answers, you just answer them underneath their own AC heading. We've put the word counts in as well. So we've done as much as we possibly can to make sure this is kind of doable for you. And some of this will be more or less relevant depending on, so the examples that we've provided are literally just examples, but it's easier than staring at a blank page. Much easier, I hope. That's the point of us doing them. And then you need to write up your references, and they need to be done properly. And we've just put some notes about avoiding plagiarism and that sort of thing. And then we've got our full authenticity statement, although that looks like it needs to be updated. So there you go. Hopefully that is useful. You've got those two documents in front of you, and you know what they both have in them. We'll go on to another video now and look through each assessment criteria, just to give you a few tips and a few pointers, just to help you get you started with each one.